France was under the rule of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. They resided in the Palace of Versailles, an extravagant place that differed greatly from the homes of the citizens. In the year of 1789, Louis XVI was required to call the Estates General as the country was in great peril due to debt from the American Revolutions, Louis XVI's extravagant palace, and hunger. This meeting was comprised of 3 estates. The first estate was the clergy, the second estate was the nobility, and the third estate, which was the largest and eventually the most problematic, was the remainder of the citizens. The first and second estate had an unfair amount of representatives compared to the third estates. Due to this political inequality of unequal representation, and a clergyman by the name of Abbé Sieyès publishing What is the Third Estate, claiming that the third estate was everything, their eyes were open to the inequalities. With their new knowledge of politics from the Enlightenment movement of the 17th century and their outrage from the inequalities, the third estate got quite frustrated. With much disagreement of how the third estate was acting, Louis XVI locked them out of the Estates General. They declared they were now the National Assembly after that had happened. However, their efforts were not diminished. The National Assembly found themselves at a nearby tennis court, where they signed the Tennis Court Oath, demanding a constitution. However, despite them wanting one, they would not separate until there was an official constitution. Liberté, Fraternité, and Égalité was the motto that fired the revolution. A major turning point in the revolution was on July 14, 1789, now known as Bastille Day. Revolutionaries stormed the Bastille, a fortress meant to protect Paris. In the process, 6 soldiers, the government of Bastille, and the mayor of Paris were murdered. The ancient regime from this point on was forever altered.